I've been busy off camera. No, not that kind of busy. Today, we're going to be setting up a little bit more automation, but I'll show you this first. I got everything automated for steel drills. I got everything automated for iron components. And I think we're pretty much ready to get into automating bronze and steel drills for our next set of quarries. I've got a lot of setup for the bronze stuff, so let's get working on this. Alright, I got all of that set up. All I gotta do is throw down some steam turbines and hook those up to steam and power. Just like that, gonna get those hooked up to steam and power. That should start filling up our machines. And now all I gotta do is hook up my bronze production, which is right over there. And these guys should start running. And last but not least, getting these hooked up to soldering alloy. It might take a minute because we are kind of running low on that. I'm also in desperate need of soldering alloy, so I'm going to set up a little automation for that here. And with our new production of soldering alloy, it's time to expand our electric blast furnace area. So I made up some extra copper nickel coils here, and I'm just going to slap an item input hatch right there, and we'll slap a fluid output hatch right over here. Just like that, and an entangled chest here, and an entangled chest here, connected up just like so, and that'll get us some soldering alloy. I can set this to auto output just like that, throw that down right there, and that should start filling that up with soldering alloy fluid. And this one right here for now will be used for blocks of bauxite, which will allow me to automate aluminum. Basically, it'll just come out the back right there. And as far as I'm concerned, we can tear these down. Ladies and gentlemen, it took quite a bit of work and a lot of noise, but we've got steel drills and bronze drills fully automated. I'm running out of power, not gonna lie. It seems like it's starting to do a little bit better, but yeah, I was running out of power there for a second. That's okay. This is what matters, is now we can run quarries as much as we want. So I don't think I showed this off yet. We got glass automated here. With an auto crafting table. It's super easy, just some cobblestone to gravel to sand to glass panes, and I'm storing glass and glass panes, which is how I'm able to automate the fluid pipes for these. Our very first electric quarry. And the good news is I believe the multi-block is exactly the same, so that should be active. Got bronze drills, got power coming in from this guy right here now. Gotta fill up, and it should start running just like that. And now all I have to do is bring drills from our automation over there to right here. We'll have unlimited stuff. And I believe that I have storage for all of our new ores. It's all hooked up to this thing. We've already got a couple of diamonds out of it and a lot of everything else. After an overnight AFK session where I actually ended up running out of power again, we've got a tower here of ores, and we're gonna set it up and just dig straight down on this bad boy. We're gonna check our earnings, and there we go. That's the entire tower. Let's see how we did. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to use a second backpack. Here we go. Wow, we got all kinds of stuff. Didn't mean to throw my bow in there. Holy crap. Our next major machine is gonna be this electrolyzer, which we're gonna use for getting aluminum and silicone from various resources. And a pretty easy automation here with a basic inventory hopper coming out of our system into this electrolyzer, and all I'm going to do is throw a double drawer on top, set that to auto export right there, and then I've got oxygen, which it produces a 50% chance of being pulled out of the back and up into this aluminum tank. So after a lot of exploring, I was able to find some of these flawless budding Certus quartz, so I'm going to do our little trick here with the cart assemblers. Throw a couple mine carts down, and that's not what I meant to do. I think I have to throw the cart assembler down first actually, right? And then I can throw the cart itself down, and then all I have to do is I can click that one like that and do just like that and grab some levers, and we'll go like that, and then all I have to do is shift right click those with my wrench, pick these bad boys back on up and grab my levers. And just to make things a little easier on myself, I'm gonna go ahead and make myself a meteorite compass here just like this. I wanted to show this off. I got this from a reward. It's called a takeoff belt. I can hold down shift and it gives this cool little animation and noise, and it charges up, and I can jump up, and it's a like massive jump boost. It's pretty cool. Another thing I can do, which isn't quite as useful now that I'm not mining as much, but I can go ahead and actually upgrade my dank here with some blocks of aluminum because I have plenty of that now. And that'll get me a dank 2, which can hold up to 1,024 per stack. And this is a Pyrolos oven. It takes oak logs, well, any kind of log. It takes steam, it takes energy, and it turns it into charcoal and wood tar, which we're going to use in a distillery. Just finished setting this process up. It uses the sand from our auto glass over here, comes up here into a mixer, turns it into clay. Then it goes into a macerator to turn it into clay balls, to another macerator to turn into clay dust, and into an electrolyzer, which gets me aluminum dust, silicone dust, sodium dust, and this will be lithium right there. I'm just going to have that output into a quad drawer. Alright, let's take out this wither boss, man. We got us some wither skeleton skulls, and what's cool is once I've got this boss down, we'll be able to set up a beacon, and a fully powered beacon makes it so that we can use our Tom Simple storage network anywhere around the world. I got this bow like super upgraded, so this should be like a very quick fight. And it's not hardly doing any damage to me, it doesn't seem like. And he's about to get down to sword level. Oh, he's doing a lot of damage to me actually now. He might actually kill me. I don't think he's going to. And there we go, that's ball game. Let's go home. So this is pretty cool. I didn't realize there was new beacon effects. I'm gonna go with this nutrition and nutrition 2. I'm assuming that means that I don't have to eat. Yeah, look at there, look at my hunger bar. It just went right on up, so I'm not gonna have to eat around my base anymore. And as expected, as long as you have the chunk loaded that you're linked to, I can access this bad boy anywhere in the world. I decided to change our setup here for making aluminum and silicone and whatnot, because the clay stuff is just not very fast. So I'm gonna just manually import emerald ore here. And we're just going to have it set up like that. It's going to be on out blacklist, in blacklist. Should send emerald ore over there. That'll turn into emerald crushed dust, which will turn into emerald dust, which will go into the electrolyzer, and it'll do the same thing, but we'll get oxygen instead of lithium. So I'm working on a new little room over here. This is going to be our tank room. It's going to just be a wall of tanks. This first one right here is going to be oxygen, which is going to get connected up over here to this electrolyzer right here, which I'm going to set to out. Oh crap, that pulled out the wrong thing. I'm going to have to go and extract that from our tank. Alright, now that I got that fixed, that was a little bit more annoying than I hoped it would be, but not too bad. But it is fixed now, and we're getting oxygen, and it's being pumped over here and should be filling up this tank. Why is it not filling up the tank? That's set to in out. That's set to in out. Not linked to a large tank. Why is it not linked to a large tank? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, I've figured it out. You gotta remember to set the size of your large tank, but now it's working perfectly fine. We can fit 2,300 buckets of oxygen, so we should be pretty set for a while now. So I had to set this to just pull out right there and put in right there because it was wanting to prioritize the entangled tank, so it wasn't actually pulling anything out of the machine. But now it's working just fine, and we've got 27 buckets of oxygen. I'm gonna set up a new boiler here, and it's basically just an upgrade to this one. All I have to do is break the top layer there, and I'm gonna add another layer of these bronze plated bricks here, just like this. Super easy. And then I'm gonna come over to the front, and this guy's just going to get picked up, and I'm going to put my advanced large steam boiler right there instead, and I'll slap my bronze plated bricks back down, and the temperature will start rising, and this guy will continue to make steam, but a little bit faster, I think. I want to try and get diesel automated now. Maybe a little early to try and do that, but I think that we're going to be able to. I'm going to pull out of here, and we're going to feed that into a distillery, and I should be able to select what I can get out of that, right? So I should be able to say I want to get heavy fuel. That's what I want out of there. That'll lock that to heavy fuel. And I have to feed some power over, so I'm going to see where I can get power from. Now that'll start making me heavy fuel. Now that heavy fuel is going to have to go to 2 different places. It's going to have to go to an electric mixer to get me steam cracked heavy fuel. Okay, so I'm gonna go electric mixer right there, and it's gonna have to go to a distillery. No, electric mixer. Sorry, chemical reactor is the steam cracked. Electric mixer makes diesel. So I'll go electric mixer on top, and I'm gonna need a distillery right here for making light fuel, right? So we're gonna send the steam cracked heavy fuel into there to make light fuel. So let's see if we can get this set up. It's gonna pull the heavy fuel out of those and go into those, out and into those, and that should have split evenly. Yep, fantastic. Then this chemical reactor that's gonna be making our steam cracked, I'm gonna pull that out the back and into there. That'll be out and that'll be in. And once we've got steam flowing into there, that'll start getting us that. And then I'm gonna pull this up and over here. I'm gonna disconnect these. Gonna go out of there and into there. That will get our light fuel going into the electric mixer to make diesel. And as we're about to get our very first bucket of light fuel, I want to make sure that everything works right. And it sure does. And once we've got some light fuel, the light fuel and the heavy fuel will mix together and we'll get 6,000 millibuckets of diesel. It's not the most amazing process. It definitely takes a long time before you get your first bucket of diesel. So I would recommend, if you copy something like this, to have more distilleries making the heavy fuel, because that's kind of the biggest backlog is heavy fuel going into these machines. We've got plenty of wood tar, but this is definitely an early setup for this. Once we get an oil drilling rig, it'll be much better. I think the last thing that I'm going to do today is go ahead and upgrade this other one to an electric quarry. So I'll slap that down right there. And then over here where our fluid input hatch is, I'll go ahead and replace that with an MV energy input hatch. Hook that up to our generator down there. Go ahead and feed this guy a ton of bronze drills, get it all filled up. And now we've got everything with bronze and steel drills automated. Once we're able to get one more over here, I'm gonna hook up a gold drill probably here. That'll get us nether stuff. Guys, thank you very much for watching this one. We got a ton of stuff done, so I really do appreciate y'all watching. And as always, take care, y'all.